Okay, so it's Monday afternoon. First chance I've got to really do much filming. It's like 4:00, about 4:10. Don't really feel like filming today. I don't know. I guess there's not much exciting going on. It's the middle of February, and it's just kind of draggy. But I'm here on site of the project. This is a new construction project that we have going on, and yeah. Okay, so got interrupted there earlier, but it's like 5:25. I'm trying to get off today by 5:30 if possible. Anyways, yeah, today's been got quite a few things done as far as here in the office and some of the sales projects I was working on, things like that. But we've definitely got some things that are kind of hanging out there. A few things with projects that I'm just a hair bit nervous about. The one project that we're on right now, the new construction project, we've got quite a few, not loose ends to tie up, but we just have, we're right at the point where we're going to be setting equipment. Equipment's scheduled to be on site by 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. So we've got to make some stuff happen first thing in the morning with that. Cliff is going to be taking care of that. We have a commercial project that's about 3.5 hours away. I've mentioned that a time or two. That's coming up for inspection. That's probably the one that I'm the most nervous about, just because I don't know what all the inspector's going to pick apart and what kind of a punch list we're going to have. I'm supposed to go to Texas next week. We've got work through this week, so Dustin might have to be responsible to go take care of any of the punch list items and fix any of that so we can get a re-inspection done so that they can move forward with insulation and drywall. So just a lot of different things to juggle and keep track of. So anyways, just a few things like that we have to do. So, but in the meantime, it's afternoon and I'm enjoying my lovely blind right here, installed by Jeff Barrow from Budget Blinds. And so if you need a blind that is exactly fit for your window, the color you want, the size you want, not a Home Depot or Lowe's special, something that's custom, and it's something that you can afford, Budget Blinds of Grovetown are the people to call. Mr. Jeff Barrow. He fixed me up with these blinds, or this blind, and I've got multiple others. And I'm really enjoying it on an afternoon like this because I get some light into my office, but it makes it so that my screens have any glare on them so I can work but still have a little bit of sunlight. So anyways, because my office window is west facing somewhat. Anyhow, so that closes out Monday. I don't get any footage of any work we were doing, but yeah, one of our techs was off today because he had his lovely wife had some surgery today, so we only had, I think, one tech in the field today. Right? Well, we had 3 techs in the field, but one service tech. So, anyways, that was our Monday. Fun day. Thanks for watching. Okay, so Zach is on an appointment right now where we have a client that we installed a new system for right at a year to a year and a half ago. It was a new home, and they have actually 2 systems, and this was the upstairs system, but they contacted us over the weekend and said, hey, system is not performing properly, can you come check it out? So we have an appointment set up for him, and what he's discovering and what you'll see following is that there's an issue with the refrigeration part of the system. And so what he's doing in the video coming up is actually doing a leak search on the system because it's actually appearing to be low on refrigerant. So this is what we do when a system is determined to be low on refrigerant. We do a leak search, determine where the leak is, and then prescribe a repair. In this case, whatever the issue is with the system, we stand behind it because it's within, I believe in this case, it's actually within the year of the system being installed. So it's part of what we do. The equipment we install is not always perfect. It is man-made, so it has some issues sometimes, but we're there to back up that equipment and fill in the gaps where it has issues and take care of it. So enjoy watching the video about Zach doing a leak search.
Here I am working on a train, a brand new one, about 2021. And if you get close to the
Okay, so it's now 11:15 approximately. I'm headed to a town south of us just a little ways to look at a project there. And yeah, just traveling down the road here. We had our team meeting this morning. That went well. Brian and Zach are both in a duct optimization class this morning from 9 to 1. That's actually today and tomorrow. So it's very be interesting to see what all they learn and what they end up being able to implement in their work that gives them better, more tools to work with. So that's the whole point of these classes they've been taking. So I'm headed to meet with a client to look at a project that we're getting ready to start, and hopefully I can get a little footage there. Also, Cliff has already delivered the package unit to the job site for the project that install team is on. So he's gotten that delivered this morning already, and he's working on some stuff in the warehouse, around the warehouse. So, yep. All right, so I'm here on site at our project that we were looking at. I'm going to take a little video here real quick of what we're doing. We're going to be putting a furnace right back behind this wall. They're going to cut us out an opening here. 2 doors are going to go in here that open like this. And we're going to get all of these items right here moved out. You can actually come in behind here and see right there. All this stuff right here is going to move completely. And the furnace is going to sit. We're going to actually end up with 2 furnaces in here eventually. But right now we're going to put 1 in. And it's going to face that direction. So that's what we're doing here. And then we're actually going to duct in. For right now, the supply is going to come out of this old return vent right here. And then there's another one right in this vicinity right here. We're going to duct up, and all that heat's going to come through the floor. And that's pretty much everything. Thanks for watching. Okay, so this week, Brian and Zach are finishing up, or actually they're starting a duct optimization class. They had taken a class earlier dealing with static pressure, where we use a special tool to measure, for lack of a more clear term, the blood pressure of a system, which is actually technically static pressure. So they had learned about that, and now starting today, they're learning about duct optimization. And this is a virtual class offered by National Comfort Institute. And once they go through that class, they'll be certified to not only measure the blood pressure / static pressure of an air conditioning system to see how it's performing, but also to be able to look at the airflow system on a residential air conditioning system and determine where improvements can be made so that the customer client is getting the full performance from their air conditioning system. So Brian's got a little footage about the class that you're going to see here coming up next. Okay, so today is Tuesday, and Zach is going out to replace a heat exchanger. A heat exchanger is this. It's this right here. Essentially, this is what it's on a gas furnace. It's what actually the gas flame goes into, and the air moving across absorbs the heat from these tubes. So in this case, this heat exchanger that Zach is replacing, the gas pressure on the tank, because it's an LP tank, what we seem to think is that the gas pressure actually went down, or the regulator messed up, the gas pressure lowered, and it produced a lot of soot. And so we tried to actually clean it out prior to replacing it, but it did not work right, and we are having to actually replace it. So watch the footage of Zach replacing it and enjoy. Okay, so Zach has finished the heat exchanger replacement, and this is the old one that came out. So what happened in this case is, like I said earlier, is that the gas pressure on the regulator, or coming to the system, was not what it should be, and that caused the system, as near as we can tell, to soot up really bad. So what happened, if you look at all that, you see all that soot right there? That was, this is just a small fraction of what was actually in the system, but it is just so full of it, and if I run my glove down in there, it's just caked down inside there, and it would actually make the system so that heat, your gas flame goes in these three tubes right here in this case, and your inducer draft sits right here pulling air through the exchanger. And essentially what happened was it's so caked full that the heat would not dissipate or would not go through there and come out properly, and it would actually build up too much heat right in here and trip the sensor that's mounted out here on the system. So just a big mess. We tried to actually wash it out in place. We tried to brush it out. We tried all kinds of things, and it just would not. It was just too thick. So in this case, the manufacturer, this is a Trane system, and they actually allowed us to warranty this. At first, we didn't think they were going to, but we called our tech support and we're chatting with them, and they said, oh, absolutely, warranty it out. They'll allow you to do at least one this way. So we were able to warranty the part. We still had to bill for the labor, but we were able to warranty the part out. Thanks for watching. Okay, so I'm here on site at our new construction project again, just looking over exactly what all we've got happening here this afternoon. We're getting ready to set the package unit right here. It's going to be going right up in here. We're actually going to be swapping this pad out to a concrete one, I think, because that's what she requested originally. So yeah, it looks like they've already got the bricks knocked out. We're going to take and we'll be putting like concrete blocks between the wall and unit, and then building a shroud, setting the unit, and concreting everything in. So that's what's going to be coming. We've got everything in the trailer here ready to come be set tomorrow. So yep, looking forward to that. And yep. Hey, good morning. It's almost 8:25, and I'm here at a church project. We're doing a change out, so I'm going to be doing a spec out here. Things are happening already this morning. Zach is in. He's getting ready to do a compressor swap today at a customer's home where a compressor failed. Him and Brian both are continuing their duct optimization class today, from 9 this morning till 1 this afternoon. So excited to get with them and see what they learned. Reviewed with them yesterday a little bit, and they said it was just a review of a lot of the things they'd learned in their previous class earlier this month about static pressure. So kind of a refresher, and then reintroducing them to that. So hopefully they'll get into the meat of what the class is about today and actually learn some stuff that they can apply in the field. Little Miss Addie Kate is riding with me this morning. Check it out. All right. And yeah, we're going to get going here, spec out this job. One of the guys I reached out to, interestingly, my job that's about 3.5 hours away, one of the guys that I reached out to, the new construction church project, there's a gentleman that did some work there through an acquaintance of mine that was doing some work there. I've reached out to him, and he lives only an hour from the project, so he reached back out to me this morning and said that he's interested in doing some work for me on that project. So I'm going to be chatting with him later this morning. Let's see, I need to look at my list of development projects I want to work on today. This morning on my run, I was reflecting and just not making enough progress with some of that. But at the same time, I have been playing catch up on some other things. And later this afternoon, I've got to go back to our new installation where we did the zoning and just wrap that project up and finalize all the details. And yeah, those are probably the big things right now. So anyways, that's where we're at for the morning. And yeah, looking forward to it's a beautiful February day here in Georgia. So looking forward to the day. Okay, so this is the outdoor unit here. We've got we're going to run some new tubing right here, I think. And yeah, just in general, redo that because it's just so terribly old. And this wire is not in good shape at all. So we need to go back up inside there and see if we can find a good place to junction that. Okay, so I'm here at the indoor unit. What we're going to be doing here is we're going to remove this indoor unit right here completely. And we're going to get rid of that box right there totally. And then I think what I might do is just take this. It's very possible we may cut this doorway up bigger, and might have to do something with the door. We'll have to see here for sure exactly how this all comes together, but we're going to redo some of this. But if we put a low enough plenum box, we might be fine. So that's the one thing to look at. We'll just have to see here. Okay, so we're here on site at this the change out with converting to zoning. This is the completed product. We've got the dampers right there. Got all the ductwork that we did right here. We added another line right here. And then we've got all of the return work that was done, static pressures that were added, static pressure sensors for the zoning. There's all of our zoning controls right there together with the relay panel. And then our indoor unit right here. Copper tubing comes in nice and neat. Here's our drains. We've got union and union. We've got our trap with removable caps and the hole drilled on the other side. Proper supported drain line. So yeah, all looks great. Hey, it's Thursday and it's 5 after 4, so 4:05. Yep. Had a fairly busy day today. Morning day started out early. Kind of hoarse. I've got a little bit of a cold going on here again. Day started out early. Had to leave from my home at 6:30. Right at 6:30. So I was up and around about 5:15 to get ready for the day. And so left at 6:30 this morning. Drove to our local town here to my networking meeting. I've got some footage of that, of me doing my presentation. I get 45 seconds to do my presentation, so that's real quick. Anyways, did that, and after the meeting I had to run to the office, and had to meet there to go over financials with my dad, and then I actually had a one-to-one with the mortgage loan originator. Mr. Steven was there this morning at the office, so we sat down and visited together with him and talked about some really interesting stuff going on in the real estate market, interest rates, things like that. And once I was complete with that, I worked in the office for a couple of hours after that. I had some B&I stuff to wrap up, and sent out some emails to wrap up some of that, and had a few phone calls to make to follow up on some items. Zach was out working on a dehumidifier this morning. Well, he went on a call this morning where he diagnosed a bad fan motor. You'll see some footage on that. And then he went and did a dehumidifier swap, and I don't think he got any footage on that at all. But anyways, and then he's back out fixing the fan motor today, and Brian's on a call. He was on some maintenance work this morning, and then he's doing a call where he's actually having a service call, and he's got a little footage on that. So doing something with some voltage issues. Fixing to drop by the new construction project we have going on, check out and see what's happening there, and see how we're progressing. It's been a little bit slow going, but we're making progress. Getting prepared for tomorrow. I think tomorrow's the day I'm going to be going to my project, my new construction church project, where I need to meet with an inspector and have inspection completed. So anxiously waiting to see what the results of that will be. And yeah, still got other work to get done today, but it's been a good day. Haven't been super physically active again today, but we've had quite a bit going on, just coordinating like Sanford's son. I've been coordinating all day. So yep. Okay, so that's the zone control panel right there. In this case, on this property, in this home, we're doing a zone system, and have filled out my manual here. This is something that's very important to do when you're doing a zone system, is to take and fill out each of the dip switch settings on this EWC control board. And then you can go through, set it, leave the manual with the zone board, so that if anybody is servicing it ever, they can look at how it was filled out originally. And then if there were any deviations, maybe a service tech changed the dip switch setting because he was just didn't know what was wrong with something while he was working on it, they can go back and make sure it was set up like this from the beginning. So it's always important to do this when you're doing a zone system, and then leave the manual with the zone board. Don't do like most installers and just throw it in the trash and say the manual never showed up. Thanks for watching. All right, so it's end of day, Thursday. Great day. I don't know, sometimes I don't feel like on a day like today, like I got a whole lot done. Had a lot of activity, a lot of phone calls. Well, I don't know if I had a ton of phone calls, but I had quite a few phone calls, emails, and none of this was like urgent stuff. Nobody was like in, needing a fire put out anywhere. It was just dealing with routine stuff, working on some development stuff. Like right now, I had a conversation with my dad today about revamping our website and some of those kind of things. So having conversations about this kind of time of year, to have those kind of conversations and really talk about that kind of stuff, because you got time to do it. You don't really feel like spending the money because you're not maybe bringing in the amount of revenue that you want to this time of year, because it's kind of slow. I mean, it's beautiful out right now. It's just not urgent time for people to do anything. But anyways, talked to Zach. He had a good day. Didn't get a chance to talk to Brian at all, see how his day went, but I did see some videos from him. Looked like he moved through his day quite well. And just met with Rio. We're working out a plan for videos, doing watch throughs together. And yeah, so hey, touch base with most everyone in the company today. And it was a good day. So enjoyed it. Looking forward to a new day tomorrow, Friday. Some people say Friday's the best day of the week. I actually think Monday's the best day of the week myself. But actually, I'll take that back. Thursday is actually my favorite day a lot of the time, because it's the day that I go to my networking meeting, and I get to meet a lot of great people. There's a lot of great energy that you get right at the beginning of the day. People that are enthused about life and about business and about their work. And it's just a great time to interact with them. So anyways, over and out.
You're on a pretty old train package unit, and the blower motor was humming, so I tested out with the new capacitor, the 15, and it's still not coming on. So I think this motor's pretty much done for. It doesn't free spin too fast, so I think the bearings are shot in it. Alright, so I got this new motor installed. I had to take the top partially off to get it in there. There it is. Got it tied down and strapped down. Got it wired up. Added a new capacitor right there. And you got your taps running to there. And it should be good to go. Just gotta put the covers back on.
So I'm on a repair call. Dead thermostat. Got a blown fuse. And the only thing I can see is that white wire right there. It's rubbing on that washer. It's the only, and I already checked outside. I didn't see anything. I'm gonna do some tests on that wire. See if it's shorting out. But yeah, that's all I can see offhand.
Hey, good morning. So it's Friday, and I am on the road. So it's 10:20 this morning, and I am on the road to my commercial church project. going to do the inspection. I'm scheduled to arrive there between 1:30 and 2 o'clock. Do the meet with the inspector. Hopefully everything goes well. A little nervous about that, just because you never know what an inspector is going to call you out on or what he wants you to change. So we'll see what happens. If it's something simple, I'll just handle it while I'm there. If it's something more complex, we'll just have to schedule to come back and do it later. Anyways, so headed out for that, and we'll see how that all goes. Dustin's finishing up on a sheet metal shroud for a package unit that we're just set, and we've got another little church project that he's working on, our school project. We've got a commercial school project that he's working on, finishing up some ducting, piping it in, some of that. So yeah, so man, I'm sure these guys today, look at that, they are working on power lines in the rain. They're dedicated. Anyways, so yeah, we'll see what happens here and how things go, and go from there. Looking forward to a good day. It's raining out. In a way, it's a good day to do this because it's not a very nice day anyways to do much else, but yeah. Let's rock and roll. Okay, so it's, let's see, 1:35 approximately, and just arrived here on site at this building. This is the commercial, actually a school project, school church project that we're working on. So just got here and getting ready to go in and meet with the inspector, go over everything and see how everything shakes out. Wish me luck. So I'm inside here in the building now, and I'm just looking at it. It looks like they're using this kind of cable. It looks like they're not using Romex at all. So I need to check with that architect and make sure that he wouldn't have to do something a little bit differently. But I'm just so interested in all their plumbing, how they did all this. Wonder why they used copper for all that. I mean, like, that's not necessary. Why would you plumb with copper? I have never seen these guys plumb with all copper. Why wouldn't you use PEX? Huh, fascinating. Anyways, yeah, interesting looking at all this and seeing how they did it. Yep. Okay, right around the corner over here, there are two pads right there. We've got condensers going there and over there. So we got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We're gonna have two two-stage and one single stage. I can't remember exactly how they stack up exactly, but they're staggered in there. And then two two-stage and one single stage down there as well. Thanks for watching. All right, so I'm inside our construction project here. This is some of the work we did. You can kind of see behind me right there. So this is, we just had inspection and we passed with flying colors. That's what it appears like right now. So we got some material on site right here. Got some bubble wrap insulation, some flex ducting, some elbows. So all that needs to be picked up. This is pretty much all the material. All this needs to be picked up off site on the next visit up here when we deliver all the condensers. All the condensers are coming and they're going to be going right outside over there. So anyways, I am pumped. Don't have anything to fix. This is awesome. And I met both of the inspectors that work here, so that's good. Hey, let's hit the road.
I'm on a maintenance call right now. I don't know what that is. Somebody left a little battery pack. Previous technician, maybe. One thing I wanted to share, what I do on maintenance calls from now on is I'll pop this cover off and I'll make sure all those connections are tight, because I ran across quite a few that they're loose and they're starting to melt the insulation or melting the plastic in the disconnect. So I'll make sure all that's tight, and also do it in the unit, all the high voltage. But this especially, I'll pop the covers off and inspect it.
All right, Saturday morning, 10:10. I am on the way to the office. I didn't get a chance to just cap off my day yesterday, but I got back into my territory where I actually live and work generally at about 7 o'clock. So had about 7 hours of driving all total, give or take a little bit. More like 6 3/4, but right at 7. So it was a good day yesterday. Looking forward to a good day today. It's a full day out. Beautiful sunshiny weather, kind of chilly, but it's going to be a lovely day. So headed to the office. I've got to do watch through on a weekly video with Rio Quick. We're going to do some planning out and some brainstorming about content coming up. Our content until this point is mainly just like little snippets of work we're doing, me talking about things I've got going on, and so trying to add a little more content that's maybe a little more educational. Right now it's just kind of a vlog, hey, here's what we're doing, and it's more just, it's not really entertainment, it's not really educational, it's just kind of, hey, here's what we're doing. And so we want to try to dig a little deeper into educating more about what we do. I'm not necessarily, my ultimate goal with our channel isn't necessarily to educate about you know, the exact best way to do things in the industry where I'm educating other technicians. My goal is more to produce content to educate our technicians, and about how I want things to be done. There's lots of content out there. HVAC School podcast and their video channel on YouTube, their channel on YouTube, do a great job of educating you exactly how to do things in the industry. I use it for resource all the time. There's also a guy in it's called AC Service Tech. Can't remember his name exactly, but he has excellent content, and there's other resources out there as well. And we're not trying to necessarily be that go-to resource for the industry. Really what we're trying to do is just educate our technicians on what we work on a lot. There might be some unique situations that we work in that would educate other people that deal with similar issues in our industry, but it's more about educating our customers and clients, potential customers, and then our clients about, you know, how do we work to serve you better and be a resource for that. So, and kind of build community around, hey, here's what we're doing, here's where we're working, and build awareness. So anyway, so we're going to be doing some brainstorming about how to do that better. If you got ideas for us, put it in the comments. We're open to ideas, and just don't rip us apart too bad about things we're not doing correctly, because we don't claim to be the end-all be-all in the HVAC world, but we do strive to be the best in our locale. So anyways, just a few musings about our actual channel. Looking forward to a beautiful day. Okay, that's it for our weekly video. Thank you for watching. Click here to watch last week's video that we put out, and click here to watch how to build a vertical plenum box for a vertical installation.